as well of, I believe it was Nurse on Suffer too.
Yeah, so pretty chilling sets. As I said, I'll try. You'll probably be hearing mostly me for most of it because Gohan, as he said, he's been here for a while. So I'm pretty low energy. We're all pretty low energy. There's four of us here right now on the team, so still got two games to go. But we'll smash it out. We'll give Zetsubou and Bleedouts the credit they deserve because this is quite a big match in retrospect. Looking for what I'm looking for from the Bleedouts here is in the grand scheme just a set win. We need to get one set off Zetsubou here. We need to solidify this because realistically, this team you're versing right now, Sen, Silly, Baki, this is three of the Prime 2 Savage members. So, this is going to be tough for JD as it is. Like, this is just annoying to verse, as to begin with. Silly taking first chase here has done very, very well to make this 11 tile and then head down to the bottom under here. He's actually playing very, very nicely. If he gets this UVX off, he's setting himself up for beautifulness here. JD actually getting a little bit premature there on that shot. And actually going to get the stun there is Silly through that pallet. And JD's going to kick it up. I'm assuming he's going to leave this. Yeah, he will turn around and just leave. Great start for Silly there. Not even giving up as a mere tag and able to get that UVX off. We are stacking the mid, and I believe this is Benny and Sen. So we're going to have to dip out here, head to the shack, which for the benefit of the survivors is actually corrupt. So we want to take this chase down bottom to 9. So beautiful stuff from Zetsubou here to start off. Beautiful shot there as well onto Benny. But we need to start converting onto some of these. Getting a tag, getting an M1, just something. We're getting a little bit premature. Getting a bit anxious. Oh, very unlucky bounce there from Big JD. Not going to be able to get that either, but that's like 3 UVXs now, and he hasn't really been able to capitalize. Stunned again, baller. So that's smash it as well. Why does Benny have smash it if he's the SEA player? I need to know. I need to know. Is that just like a aura flex? But yeah, I don't know. JD rotating survivors now. Go home.
But so we're doing the gen next to the active chase. Interesting. And JD for some reason falling off the balcony a little bit as well. But yeah, no, I'm as confused as you are why they have Benny on the ping, but maybe there's more to it. There's clearly more to what we are aware of. But trying to get these UVX down is like trying to catch an AFL ball. When it bounces, it's not fun. You don't know where it's going to bloody go. But we do see that JD is going to continue working around this bot side. He has found his other survivor. I believe this is Sen as well. Go flick through. Yeah, it is Sen. So let's see what he can do. He is our SB player though.
Yeah, no, that's a great start from Zetsubou. 2 gens, and not even a mere tag yet has come in. So a bit rough if you're the side of Bleedout. JD struggling a little bit, as everyone would in this instance. They're not really. He's sort of just trying to hold these bot gens and play for a more territorial play style and trying to get it down. Maybe just get 6-7 from this game. So yeah, it's tough. Like, this is Bleedout's pick as well. This is one of JD's strongest killers, but like on the back end, they've got Baki who's going to play unknown for them, who's just as good as well at that just at unknown, just that killer in general as JD. They're both very, very adequate. I'd love to play with them both one day, but overall, nah. It's beautiful to see from Baki. Oh, we are going to win that like short vault too on the pre-side. Zetsubou actually locked in very, very much. Yeah, they're very, very confident against this side of Bleedout, but just even pre-vaulting that, they're so aware right now, so aware. You just got to get the UVX off and take a tag, but yeah, no, they're very, very aware. But JD actually choosing to leave this gen here, which I don't know if I agree with. I think we have to go back for Baki here.
Yeah,
I think he's already broken away though.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he is. Oh, we nearly get a snipe though. So that was clean. But as you were saying, I don't feel like this need. I think we need to just get it down now and just protect this this gen area here, especially with the fact that he's got pain res as well. He needs to be getting it down, and lovely, he does get it down. But unfortunately, as we do see here, I believe this is 9. 9 is getting heavily progressed, so it's not looking too hard for JD right now.
Nah, that's exactly right, Baller. And I think one thing to note is just all the chase potential on all the survivors, that's just been so high. Even Benny, even though he was going down there, didn't have much to work with. His first chase he had was just brilliant as well. So all four of the survivors, unironically, other than Sen, uh, well, three survivors other than Sen have been getting some work in. So the mentality
Oh,
to, oh, we do get a medium vault there onto Silly. Very, very interesting. I thought that was actually playable with ping on a medium vault, but obviously JD knows better than that. But yeah, I don't know, Gohan. It's kind of just tough when you look at it from like bird's eye view perspective because you've got one hook right now, you've got three pain reses, but two gens are about to pop. Any chase you take, the gens will pop in the background, and I think he's just kind of surveying for Silly or Benny here to catch him out of position. But
don't think
it's
that's.
even if you catch
Yeah.
him out of position, you have to down them true. So
Yeah, and as we see now, they just got reset. They reset each other at the back of main, so not ideal for JD. This is one of JD. I don't know if this is more highly regarded JD's killer because he pretty much placed most of the killers on Team Bleedout unless you're playing like Spirit, which is then I believe that goes then to Duck, and Houndmaster goes to Six Hearts. So they do have a good repertoire of killers on their team, and JD as well is also quite a good survivor as well. But unfortunately, Zetsubou is not. I would say not even their their best lineup, but they have a really strong survival lineup nonetheless. So it's gonna be quite interesting to see how JD can do this.
yeah, and Saucy Sen there just being able to jiggy that power there, and Benny unfortunately is going to get caught out. The ping sort of playing into effect here, but he actually is going to make this filler here and. Greeting it is Benny, and that's actually going to be a
Oh,
dinky over. No way that doesn't convert onto Benny
it
there. You
does
actually got very,
not.
very fortunate. And
Wait,
Backy's actually going to be able to come in and take a tank here. Um,
wait, I just realized something. If they
what?
don't pop this mid-gen, he's got a nasty 3-gen here. Wait, I'm gonna quickly flip through. Okay. They're doing that mid... Okay, they're doing the mid-gen, so they've got pressure on that. But Sen is gonna be taking a tag here, unfortunately. But this is a nasty 3-gen bot, so... If JD can win the War of Attrition here, he can maybe get a 4K0, 4K1 result if he pushes it hard enough. But with how Zetsubou have been playing, and they are doing the reset as well in the background, it's not... It's looking kind of grim, especially when they're getting everyone reset right now.
Yeah, I mean, just bit of. I mean, Zetsubou are playing amazing. I think it's more just JD struggling a little bit. He's indecisive a little bit. I feel like, which is a trait most people tend to have when you verse like Zetsubou in general. You get a bit reluctant on yourself to make decisions. So. Yeah, I don't know. Very, very awkward stuff on the side of Bleedout because I know they kind of have the ability to win this set against most teams, but yeah, I think the with the start that they've had to tonight, it's going to be hard for them to win this one. But yeah, they're all just playing into their exhaustion. So they've all been reset. They're playing slow. They do have a good 3-gen, like you stated before, Baller, but the gen in the middle is super high. I think the discipline on this team
It's...
is
Oh, okay, they
enough
were trying to
to
get it.
break this 3-gen.
They're trying to stop the regression happening. I thought the gen was already quite close, but I did want to point out that JD does have a different add-on. God forbid I don't know what that add-on is because I don't play a lot of unknown, so hopefully I can get one of the refs to will check that for me and do a quick little cheeky fact check, but he does get the tag onto Silly, and I feel like just now, yeah, he's just going to have to commit this, but unfortunately, I don't know. Okay, no, so Baki only has gotten it to around halfway, so it's not as bad, and I did get the... Okay, so it is called front... No, that's just the actual place. It's called... Oh no, it is called front page article. Apparently, it reduces the spawn time of your next hallucination by 50% after breaking a pallet or breakable wall. So, not a bad choice of add-on, but I feel like the cartridge is just better, is it not, Jones?
Yeah, for value, you're definitely getting more.
Oh,
Oh, beautiful snipe there onto Backy. I think we are just committing the gen though. But yeah, you definitely get more value out of the cartridge and the footprint rather than the article. But JD just
oh,
going for a bit something less
oh,
less
look
meta,
out,
which is
son.
you can't blame him for. Yeah, that was a nice little shot onto Backy there. Sorry, yeah, onto Backy. So that's another fresh out the way. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's three fresh. Three hooks, three fresh. So might be able to get 6-3 from this, which isn't unlikely on the side of Bleedout if you're able to have a couple good chases. But no, apparently we're just going to let the bro pull in the background. I think Benny
Oh
is
wait,
worth
this.
the least right now, so we're going to just
Let's
commit
see.
Benny and just take what we can get.
Yeah, Sen is a hard priority target right now. Yeah, he does go down. We did see Sen in the background though. Probably wanted to get a beamer save, but unfortunately wasn't able to get it. But that is going to be, I believe that's going to be what, 5-3.
Yeah, that's very correct, Gohan. Yeah, 5-3. So not
JD
not a
not so
great
happy
result
with.
from JD.
Wait,
Yeah,
are they?
I don't think he was too happy with himself either. But they are resetting, yeah. So maybe they play for it, Gohan. Maybe they play for it.
There's no. Okay, they're not going to play for it. I was going to say if they played for that, that would have been a loading in now.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of what I was alluding to earlier, Gohan. Like, they need to take the tanks, they need to take the bodies, they need to have good chase. Against Baki, it's going to be hard to have good, like, all those things are already just going to be hard against Baki. Against Unknown as well makes it even harder because it's not really the hit tanky killer. You know, you sort of just have to last. You have to be good at chase against Unknown. Like, it's a jiggy killer. Uh, Once, you perform that jiggy, then you can sort of take the tank and have, that person come in, sort of give him a kiss and block him NFL linebacker type shit. But yeah, no, pretty stock standard build on the big backy. I'm not too sure about the others. I believe he's got article as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too sure what the bottom one is, but
Yeah, if we could
yeah,
get
it's gonna
fact
be.
check on that, that would be lovely. Because yet again, people are running some different builds. So maybe JD was actually trialing that add-on to see whether or not he could use it in the future. But honestly, so far, not doing too bad. JD is going to get a UVX tag. Luckily, not going to be able to get a ML1 tag as well. But Johns, I just realized something. This match, we can kind of take notes here as well, considering we got the verse these two behemoths eventually. So it's going to be, this can kind of determine what we want to try and pick and ban against these guys.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Gohan. It's an all Group C in-house, even the staff team that we have with us, lovely referees as well. We're all Group C, as well as the two teams here. So literally, Group C dominated tonight. And yeah, it'll be good to watch what we can do. I saw the back double back there. He actually faked the moonwalk. Even I fell for it as well, JD. So don't be too harsh on yourself, big fella. But yeah, we're gonna need a good chase. We're gonna need a good chase, and if my eyes don't deceive me, there should be
Oh,
a down. The linger just coming through, but no, that actually wasn't the worst start.
yeah,
Like
it
we got a
wasn't
gen
bad.
popped, we got half a gen going, just as somewhere else on a gen far away. So as long as LV Cuck is here somewhere, just chilling out, not gonna get found, we're chilling. I think we're chilling, and he's in a good spot here.
Yeah, oh, that's not good though. The killer has got a cheeky TP on the balcony there, and I did just get confirmation that the other add-on was called the slash backpack, and it basically what it allows you. Oh, that was a lovely bounce. Actually, I just lost my words there because of that bounce, but what it does is it allows you to shoot your own hallucination and gets rid of it, and then decreases the time to your next TP spawn by 75%. So not a bad add-on actually. And I did want to point this out, but JD is actually on a controller here as well, so that's why his movement is a little bit more, I guess, smooth in a sense around the corners, because he has got the Joy-Cons there to help him out. But this this palette is not looking ideal as long as... Oh, but we do have the hit tank coming in from Duck, and oh, okay, so luckily JD is able to get out of this bot side here as well.
Yeah, no, we're gonna need to see a jiggy from this. We actually do convert. Oh, Backy choosing to swing as well. So this chase from JD is brilliant. He's gonna make this as well. We're gonna have to kick this if you're Backy, and I'm assuming JD will go back down to this Philadelphia. Yes, he will be. This is such well played. Oh, we do have a hallucination down there, and we're gonna have to choose to die in the corner. But
Wait, but...
yeah, we're at 2 gens. We have 2 hooks right now. We can't really. We're in a good spot right now if we bleed out. Like, you're actually in a good spot. The problem is, though, I don't think Backy's going to camp this hook now. I think he's going to play for... I think he's going to try and find 6 hearts. Sorry, Six Arts is not the injured one. I believe no, LV Duck is the injured one. I believe I can see. Yes, like LV Duck. I believe we'll try and find LV Duck here and try and get that down on him because he's injured. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think we'll see Baki play for this hook. He might. He might. I think if he plays for it, he just puts himself in a position to get like met, like to get the stages met by a bleed out. But yeah, I think he just needs to commit a hook here. Commit maybe another fresh or two. But bleed
Well,
out's gem pressure is really, really good. Really, really good.
yeah, well, I was gonna say, look, here's the danger. Here's the dangerous thing, though. If Bleedout keep playing the way they are, I feel like they could actually get this because they've only got one fresh, two stages on the board. He has to at least get refresh 6 stages. So it's looking actually quite up for Bleedout right now. Their survivor lineup actually showing a lot of promise here.
We do need to pull JD though, so I'm not too sure what the vibes are. We are leaving it very, very late. We
Oh
don't
wait,
actually even get it, so
we've called
that's going to
to
be
not
the
go
three
for it.
stages met. That's oh, how did we not get hit there? I think we got the UVX off.
Just
Yeah, no, I
waste
don't know.
of
That's
time.
that's bad. That set them back a little bit. Even if JD gets off the hook there and gets tapped, it's so fine. Like it's so fine. Like
This is
the
not
gens are
this
across the map.
palette. This palette is not a
Yeah.
good palette to be honest, especially when you verse in the unknown. But if Duck can get his angles right, he might be able to actually get rid of the UVX beforehand. He
Oh,
does, and unfortunately not being able to vault back over. But yeah, as you said, maybe a blunder. But considering that Jazz did walk away quite early, I'm going to say that it was a comm from JD to say, hey, don't bother, just slam those gens out. We can get this. Like we can pull this back from what we are at.
I mean, I don't know, Bull. I still think like even if you pull JD in that situation, like just send a two man in. And even if he just
Sorted
gets
out
tapped off his
Jazz.
hook, like you just gotta like try and let him live his last chase. He just proved he could have like a good chase and last. So there's no reason we shouldn't have been able to pull him there and let him live out his last like hook stage. But yeah, we are gonna see Six Arts here taking chase. So I'm assuming the bro will just fully commit this as he's one of the pain reses. No, we aren't gonna choose to commit this. We're actually gonna just find LV Duck here, who's for some reason just running through the mid. We're gonna wait for a hallucination drop there by Baki, but yeah, Six Hearts and LV Duck need to reset. Jazz needs to hide, and they need to
Ooh.
go at this because they have a real chance to actually be able to do this as well.
I was going to mention this, but I think it's quite hard to actually hide when Unknown does have the UVX on you, because you are, as you can see here on the screen, like he's got a glow around his head. Makes it quite difficult to hide a little bit, especially if you're hiding behind like the barrels and stuff. But so far, he's not doing too bad. But we do get cheeky TP here, and or does he make this vault though?
Oh,
That is criminal. Just
I
missed it.
genuinely thought he would have made that too as well. Like that
Yeah.
was really good pathing from Jazz, and maybe the ping just getting hit there. That's really unfortunate. But LV Duck here for the beamer save, maybe.
Nah.
Choosing to play a bit safe, just SB'd away. So yeah, not too bad from Bleedouts. They need to pump a gen right now though.
Yeah, but then now here's the predicament though. As soon as Baki gets this hook, this is the Tycon. So now this is bad news bears. We're at Tycon right now. Because Jazz was a fresh hook. It was 5-3 was the stages that JD was able to get against Zetsubou. So Baki, ideally, all he has to really do here is just like camp it. Just make sure bros don't get that last gen done and get out, and then all he's got to really do is just like, yeah, just ping pong them off. Oh, we do come in for the save. That's unfortunately that is the best case scenario, is that you have to actually pull this, because if you don't, you can kind of just camp it out and bad news bears. But Jazz, unfortunately, do having lights, are able to get towards main, just dodging the UVX as well.
Yeah, we need to last. I
Just
don't think
left.
Baki's ever going to overcommit a chase here. Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to overcommit and put himself in a position where he's going to get out. He's very smarter than that. This gen's like 30 though, which is actually
Not even.
it's about 10, mate. 5, yeah. So,
Search
very, very
for-
low.
He's on the prowl, but unfortunately, doesn't know that Hearts is just chilling at the back part of main, and they are getting the reset on as well. But what if you were in this match, jumps. What would you be telling your bros right now? What would you be telling your team to lock in and do?
Just the traditional stuff, board I like. You got to split the furthest two gens here. You got to be splitting like main. I mean, 11's not too bad either. Maybe yeah, main like either you just split the two gens here. Like, you split 6 in main and 11, whatever you want, right? And then you, that's a bit unlucky for 6 arts. Even I would have to admit that's a bit bullshit on his behalf.
I would be quite annoyed.
But yeah, no, you need good chase, which is what we're having right now. If you're the big 6 arts and sort of just holding it, and this will be the tie console unless we see. So this will be the win console unless we see LV Dark and Jazz come in for a double hit tank and him get off this hook. That will be set win to Zetsubou, bro. And yeah, that's the mid gen going to Pop Dude, and well played to Bleedouts.
Indeed, yeah. Unfortunately, Bleedout not being able to get the win there, which is quite unfortunate, especially considering they're actually doing really, really well, all things considered, especially with the situation they were in. But we are going to keep going on, playing now just for the best result they can possibly do. But we do have the LV Duck going in for the savior and to play around this oh wait, try to bounce it off the forklift there to try and get the cheeky tag onto the duck, but not getting the UVX, but he's going to be getting the M1 or M1 tag, sorry.
Yeah, you're right, Gohan.
Ooh.
I just wanted to, put a point onto sorry, not even just thinking about 6 arts there. Woof. No. I just want to give a point to Bleedout. Regardless, like it's a hard win con to me. He's played very, very well up until this point. Backy, baby boy, you played very well, big fella. Standard shit, true. Like this is what you've been doing for a while, Cuzzy. So glad to see you still in good nick, big man. I'm really, really impressed. Just whenever you play killer, big fella. So good on you, mate. Good shit. I'll always love to see your killers, as opposed to who always hogs all the bloody killer mains, but. Yeah, no, I think this was a good performance, like back and forth. I enjoyed watching this set, even though it's statistically over and Zetsubou have won. I would love to see, beautiful fucking slap there as well to Jazz. I would love to see Bleedouts out this set, just off the pure basis that they deserve it, I think. Oh, we find the reset, though! Pissed on, that was a nice little shot there onto Jazz, and yeah, LV Duck's caught out the back here. He does have a sprint burst, I think. Yeah, beautifully held from him, so... LV does see, like, you see what I mean? Like, then Backy just puts it, like, he's putting them in tough positions, right? That's what's happening, and they're persevering as well as they can. And honestly, that needs to be noted, mate. That they played exceptionally well. Exceptionally well.
Oh yeah, I would 100% agree. Like, even if they did not win this set, this kind of helps them a lot. Like, think about the mental wise. Like, you're versing this lineup, and you've gone into 1 gen remaining, and you were so close to getting that dub as well with the gens and the split. So honestly, I would give a pat on the back to Bleedout right now. Like, they're doing a very lovely job considering all things considered, and as you said as well, Backy making his grand return on the killer, because I do believe only 4 of their members are available right now, which is basically the survivor lineup we saw today, and including Bleedout as well, having their lineup is pretty much just people that are around today.
4v4.
Yeah, it's basically a textbook 4v4 right now, and Hearts now last chase of this match, doing actually quite well, all things considered.
Yeah, no, I was literally
Backy
say, like,
thinking he's going to go backside.
Really well. He breaks away as well, so if 6 arts can get a jiggy onto that. Look at 6 arts as well.
We are trying to get the 360.
To perform a clip. Yeah, but I don't know, Backy, that's not like you, big fella. That's not like you. Come on,
you
mate.
Can't do a gibby. You can't do a gibby.
Yeah, or even a Dokes in the show match, but yeah, nah, you played well back, mate. That was really good to see. That was just good unknown performance from like both killers. The survivors played both really well as well. I don't know what the next set is. I think you said it was Billy. My favorite set. I don't know. I think it's going to be LV Duck on the Billy, versus Sen. So we are getting like we're getting a lot of showcase tonight. Like you just saw JD versus Backy and A, where we're going to see LV Duck versus Sen. So yeah, never thought you'd ever hear me.
And Jazz, who's just constantly in if there's a 1v1 channel or a 1v1 Discord, Jazz is in it. You know, he's always on the 1v1s, always grinding them out. You know, there was once upon a time where he constantly asked me for ones, and I was like, bro, I can't. I literally have to do the management for OSL, have to do the management for DVO, and but it's just a grinder in retrospect. So hopefully they can pull up some good results on the Billy. You know, being a movement killer and being amongst one of their favorite sets, I want to say, like, I would assume that they would do good on the Survivor side, but nevertheless, loading into the match, you know, it's not even their pick. So, you know, I think Zetsubou did them quite a favor in picking this. We do see 6 hearts on the no middler, and we are loading in now. Chainsawing all the way down to the top side of the map, going to be not colliding in with the rock, but just narrowly missing it. So I'm going to be trying to see if we can spot anybody crossing over to this 11 side. Not quite finding anybody, so some good stealth out here from the side of Bleedouts. And we do manage to find Jazz just sitting at this pallet. Unfortunately, only the most favorable position at this point in time. And he's going to be jiggying around the dumpster and just nearly missing that ever so slightly, and now just going to be running over into the corner of 1 to make it the best death location for his team at the moment. I do presume this is going to be amongst one of the shorter chases, you know, with access to bamboozle and just nowhere to run, no pallet, no resource in our vicinity. We're just going to be going down fairly quickly, you know, I think around in the 40-second mark of the trial. So a really good start for the big man Sen here, Jarms.
Yeah, unfortunately for my hopes of getting silly on the killer, it's not looking too good. But yeah, that was a pretty quick down. I can't lie. I have to admit, I don't think Jazz was Delhi though, so I don't think it's as detrimental as what it should have been. But we're able to just relocate onto 6 hearts forehead here, and this is going to be the down onto 6 hearts at Shakya. This is the no mother, so Sen will have to pick this. He says, "Fuck all that. I'm not picking the no mother. I'm going back. I am going back. I know Jazz is not DS. This is going to be the quickest time that he has just come to his team." I don't mean that's because Jazz is a horse looper. I just mean he's confident right now. Unironically, though, Hunter, if there was one bloke on this team I wouldn't want to be being, you know, like when I have to chase, it's probably this bloke right here. He's pretty good on the 1v1s. Unfortunately, it goes down there, but it's a hillbilly, true buller. It's a hillbilly.
It is a hillbilly, but I just think with all the RNG that it's given at this top side, you know, no jungle gym, no access to strong, well, he had access to a strong dumpster filler, but not really a car loop where you could really see over the top of the pallet. And, you know, ultimately he did meet his demise in the middle of 12, and now we do spot JD just stealthing over at this rock. Going to be utilizing balance landing to get over to the corner of 11. A generator popping in the background. Do believe that was Shaq being worked.
Oh, we're running into it.
Oh no, we're getting mind gamed at this tile. You know, it's so unfortunate trying a little bit of crouch tech jiggy, but not quite working out in our favor, going down, unfortunately, over at 11. Now we're going to go all the way back to secure this second stage, and I don't think anybody has rotated in time enough to get the snipe on this save. Yeah, LV Duck just kind of stuck all the way over at 6, and 6 hearts is actually the one to be working Shaq. So it was another generator being popped in the background that wasn't 5. I'm not too sure where it was. I do believe it was over in this section of the map though. And, oh no, it was more so in the central side. So like more towards 9. It's actually a fairly good gen to be finished, but this current scenario is just looking extremely dire for us survivors, and you're going to really have to pull something out of the hat to really maneuver around this. You do have Sen does still have access to Ruin at this point in time. You did see LV Duck get forced over into 6 and, you know, hop off the generator.
He's
so
dead.
Yeah, they didn't get the pick onto Jazz. Again, just with Sen cutting off LV Duck, putting him over at 6, and, you know, just 6 hearts, not really to be able to make any distance after popping Shaq. It really put them at a disadvantage here.
You can't let that happen. Like, I'm sorry, you just can't let that happen. Like, it's too early to let the bro die there. Like, even last set, we saw it happen as well, even when Gohan was on the Desbuller. Like, they were in a good spot. They had 2 hooks at 2 hooks at 1 gen, right? They looked in a prime spot, 2 hooks at 2 gens, I should say, on the unknown set. They looked in a prime position to bloody, you know, actually be able to meet the win con that JD was set for them, which was, you know, that 5-3 that we were looking at. And they were actually in a good spot to do it, bro. And then, for some reason, we just let JD down hook, and we just let it be a 3v1. Beautiful stuff there from Leviathan, but this is going to spell his end. We don't have a filler here. Yeah, but that is still going to be his end. But yeah, Buller, I don't know, bro. It's kind of just rough when you're looking at it from a bleed out perspective now, because not only I mean, I don't know what we're doing on this mid-gen, big fella. I know it's high. I know you want to aggro for it, but you know, we're not locked in on the side of Bleedout right now. I think last set maybe just pissed them off a little bit. We do pop this one though, so it's not all doom and gloom. If you're 6 hearts and Bleedouts, we do have to make this filler and live a little bit. This is the no mother. Oh my god, if he had hit that, bro, I would have been glazing the bro for the last like next month and a half. But yeah, 6 hearts were actually able to make this chase. Careful, Senra, you might end up on the YouTube here if you let this go on it long enough, and we aren't actually able to provide any more time there, even though that was quite actually good from the big 6 hearts. But double splitting, you know, we're on main. Like this is not Bleedouts that I know and love. You know, we shouldn't be on main here. You've got 6. Oh no, we don't have 6. Sorry, we have main and we have top 3 gen. So, you know, maybe we do need to sit main in that regard, but I just don't know. It's just not looking like a Bleedout style performance right now, even though they are versing Zetsubou, of course.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, it's just going to be taking that down onto JD. LV Duck broken in the background via Deliverance, so at least they were able to get some use out of that. But, you know, with the early tunnel out onto Jazz, it's really just spiraled out of control from here on out. They were managed to get 1 generator proc in the background, but I do say it's a pretty comfortable 4K2 here for Sen. I don't imagine he'll really let 1 more generator proc, especially with everybody injured. Wait, hang on a second. There is 2 over in the background, but he has spotted it out. So seeing that the Leviathan just going to be taking chase over at the 2 tile and you know, not really being able to make... Oh, he does have Sprint Burst in hand, so that's actually a little bit in its favor at the moment. Going to try and use this Philip pallet load about 3. Going to be jigging around Sen's chainsaw as well, making this pallet, pre-dropping it in the process. That's going to be 3 gone, and as soon as this is broken, he's going to be forced over into the... Oh, we do have access to another pallet over at 4, though. So some pretty favorable RNG over at this side of the map, but again, like clockwork, I think Sen's just got this down in the bag. That's going to be the quick tack onto LV Duck. Now, was it enough to get 2 done in the background? As we do see that 6 hearts has hopped back on it, and yeah, I think he's going to be able to...
Oh, he slugged. No, he slugged.
He slugged it. He slugged it. If that was the no mither, sure, you know, could have gone for a pick there, could have got that generator done, but unfortunately it wasn't the case. So we have opted to slug LV Duck and go for the generator over it too. So really good from the big man to pick up on that. Now going to be taking chase all the way on the 1 side of the map. Remember, no resources in this area, only access to really the dumpster filler, which 6 hearts doesn't have enough distance to get to. He's just going to have to make do with what he's got over at this one side. He's going to have to try and hit the fast vault, but not quite happening. Going to be a nice down for Sen. Now, LV Duck has been picked up by the side of JD, who was working the main generator before, if you do remember correctly. And, you know, with Ruin still in play here, I just don't really see a world if they, you know, still giving downs to Sen that they're able to really pop any of these generators. Maybe the one at main, we do see JD really forcing for it at the moment, but I don't think it's really high enough progress. I do think it'll be around 3 pistons or something close around that to being done. And now could be going for the nice quick pull. It is a really great pull. I do agree with this whole movement here happening over at 1. And 6 hearts is going to opt to take a hit for LV Duck to deny the slug.
Oh!
Sen just moving around so nice. Oh! That is great work from 6 hearts. And wait a second. Sen.
He's gone.
Oh, no,
he's gone.
Please. No. Oh, that is tragic. His net died.
Is he in the
He's
VC?
Oh.
He is
inexperienced teams, you know. With Sen's caliber, he is definitely able of, you know, getting that 4K basically, but you'll never really know in that situation. You saw an absolutely crazy body block from the side of 6 hearts to prolong the chase of LV Duck and the no mither, so whether he slugs or pick that up, you just never know how the match is going to pan out in that regard. But on the side of JD, we'll be going all the way down to the 6 side and continuing on this chase onto the next set for this series. Yeah, he's kind of really given a doable beacon on the side of him. And we're going to be crouch teching that chainsaw. Very nice work from the man Silly, who we were mentioning a little bit earlier, Jumps, just how much of good of a player he is. But there's definitely a reason why he's always on the Survivor team if you do have him in your back pocket. And now he's going to be taking chase all the way down to the Bridgestone tires, breaking line of sight ever so nicely. Able to jiggy once more, and it's going to be able to make Shaq. He's going to be vaulting the window once, and we're just really struggling to get this first down. This is exactly what you need to meet the win condition that you have been awarded, I'll say awarded very loosely, that you have been given. So, another jiggy around the car, even with the disadvantage. This has proven to be very doable for the side of Zetsubou. We're going to be jigging around the tires once more. Silly went, fuck that. We're working with this, boys. I'm putting this team on my back, and we're going to make sure that we take away this set. It's absolutely crazy jumps. Take it away, big man. He's going out of his mind right now.
He is. Honestly, he's probably the best looper against Billy and Nurse in his day. He probably just is. Like, I think you'd even hear that from some of the big men up on the scene. But he's just transitioning from one side of the map to the other, and he's making every single filler. JD giving him a little check there and just saying, you know what, I could get movement with it too. But yeah, you're gonna have to rev the saw around this one, big man, and just try and go for a flick. Very wide, sort of just zones Silly to the pallet, and that's gonna be the entirety of Corrupt gone. So then. No Sen, Silly putting JD on the back foot here very, very early on, and that's very beautiful to see. But oh my, I just, yeah, it's rough if you're JD, because like, who do you chase, bro? Who do you chase? It's like 4 blokes on this team that just give it their all, give it their heart, and bro, like I'm worrying for the day that I have to play these kids, bro. I can't lie, it's gonna be annoying as fuck.
I'll have my head in my hands too when versing them, but not quite working the jiggy on the side of Silly, unfortunately, over in the corner 11, but a beautiful chase nonetheless. This will be the first stage of the game at 3 generators remaining. So I do remember briefly, just maybe about 5 minutes ago, I went into the chat with Zetsubou, and I did have to give them the unfortunate news of how we do handle these situations. And Silly said, in the end, as soon as I was done explaining everything and I said, I'm sorry, you know, this is how things are, he said, doable. One word, doable. When I mentioned that the Tycon was 7-4 and they needed 6 stages, he just said doable. And that's what we're seeing currently. We're seeing the jiggy around the side of Benny, who will be the Ty god at the moment, doing a little bit of crouch takes on 130. He's going to be able to make the bus as well. The vault coming in. Oh my God. Just a little bit of fumbles from JD as it currently stands. The blue saw coming into effect, and we're going to be hitting. We're going to be eating wood, and Benny's going to be able to make all the way down to the shack side. And oh man, I have so much love for this bloke back in the day when we were mods for DBO, him on the side of the Thailand commissioners, and he's just absolutely juicing away tonight, but not quite being able to make those edge map fillers, unfortunately getting hit through those. So we do see the double gen in the background, no access to pain risk, so that was just going to be popping in our face on the side of JD. And we do see one more in the background being worked. I do believe that Silly's sitting over on a generator, unless he was the one doubling it, so I didn't really get a quick look at that. We do see him over at the dumpster filler. We see Sen trying to make do of 2, and JD coming straight back to 2 is going to be taking the kick onto that with Pop Goes the Weasel. So it's going to be slowing down just a little bit, but the survivors are in such a good position, especially if they're able to snipe this pool unscathed as JD goes all the way down back to 2 to try and catch off. I do believe that was Sen off guard, and now we're going to go back to our hook and try to secure these stages. But the pool does happen, has been sniped just in front of us. We're going to opt to go for Benny, our tunnel out, who's going to be running all the way down to the shack side of the map. No pallet here at our disposal, and is JD going to have to play the flick around the wall? No, he's topped it to go just straight for it, and Benny's going to be making that window vault. No ping involved there. He was making that all day, every day, and now he's just going to have to rotate around the door frame. And JD really fumbling the bag. The nerves getting to him now. He knew it was doable, but with the survivors that have such a high caliber here, they're just playing out of their mind right now. This is just an impeccable death location. I can't describe it any better. That this is just exactly the way that things have to pan out for the side of the survivors on Zetsubou. And we do see the generator over the background proc on over at 2. I'm not too sure what other generator's been worked at this point in time. If we get killed, it does get popped. So we are looking at currently, I do believe this is 3 stages as Benny gets hooked as the fresh hook. So we just need all survivors out the door at the moment. And we do see Silly just working this door very ballsy. I don't think this was the play, but if we catch him out in a really bad position and he goes down, this can spell the end for us. Silly's going to have to play this pallet around to the best of his abilities, narrowly missing that flick on the side of JD. Now, let's see, hypothetically, if Benny dies here, he is second stage, but there's only one more hook just in the trial, which is Silly. So even if both Silly and Benny were to die here, it wouldn't matter. It would be 6 stages in the end. And we've just taken the freshers out the door. And Zetsubou, with all things considered, the disadvantage at hand, have won the set, Jams. Nah.
Nah, Docs, what are you up to, bloke? You don't need to be doing that, bloke. Yeah. Stop. We don't need to be doing that. Go on, switch screens. That was just disrespectful. But yeah, nah, I mean, Jesus Christ, yeah, they played really well. Even with the disadvantage, Big Sil, definitely going to be hitting the YouTube up later tonight on the shorts. Definitely, I could say that very much. But yeah, exclamation mark clip. Yeah, what was that, 6'2", baby boy? 6'2", was it? 6'3"? I'm not too sure what it was in the end, but yeah, I mean, what can you really say? It's just classiness from Zetsubou. Like, they're not ever going to